Dave,
I'll start. I'll start. I'll start.
go ahead.
The refs prison. The refs absolutely prison on that tush push. They got to be in prison. And number two, um, McDermott has to be in prison. The tush push, they don't know how to do the tush push. All we've heard is Tony Romo. They can't stop the tush push. Let me tell you something. The Buffalo Bills don't do the tush push. They don't do it. They do a quarterback sneak that is as old school a quarterback sneak as they've been doing since the history of time. Allen takes the ball, takes 2 steps to his left, and goes forward. It's a QB sneak. The tush push, which is an impossible play to stop and should be banned from football because it's boring and nobody wants to see that. The tush push is when you line up two monsters an inch behind the quarterback. He takes the ball, goes dead forward with 700 pounds of people pushing you forward. It's not a wing back or a guy 7 yards behind you that weighs a buck 10 trying to run up after he's already been hit. How many times are the Bills going to run that play before they realize it's not working? How many times can you run that play? And despite all that, the refs still have to be in prison. Josh Allen had that first down. There's no play in the history of football where that's not a first down. You have two refs. By the way, the play before it was a first down. The play before it was a first down. You have two refs coming in 5 yards apart on the spot. They are 5 yards apart. Who decides who's got the spot? The guy they give it to gets knocked off his line by an arguing chief. That's the whole game. Having said that, you have the ball down 3 with the chance to win. I think Dalton Kincaid dropped the ball. They don't even re-show it.
He did. It was a bad drop too.
Well, at the end of the game, if you're playing Steve Spagnuolo, he's got a history of heating you up at crunch time. And guess what? They heated you up at the end of the play. Josh Allen did throw a Hail Mary. Kincaid should have caught the ball. But I can't believe Buffalo didn't have a better play for the quarterback. And back to the tush push. If you watch the first game, which I know you did, I mean, Frankie Louvu tried to stop the damn thing jumping out of a parachute. There was like 5 straight penalties on Washington to stop the tush push. Something's got to be done to outlaw this play. I'm tired of watching it. It's hard to spot the ball. Let's be honest. It's a mosh pit. You've been to mosh pits, fighting in these crowds. How the hell do you spot the ball and know exactly where it is?
Put a magnetic thing. This is a $1 billion league. Put a magnetic thing on it. Yeah. You have replay. He's clearly laying over it. But the Bills weren't tush pushing. That's not a tush push what the Bills do. They just do a straight QB sneak. That has McDermott. Nobody told him you may want to put 800 pounds of people behind your 900-pound quarterback, and if you have 2 tons of people going forward, I thought he was taking crazy pills.
You're right.
They weren't tush pushing.
You got all week to prepare your short yardage play selection. You go into your meetings, you do your regular game plan, third down, red zone. You get the short yardage, 3rd and 1. What are we going to call? You got a big 290-pound offensive tackle, Anderson. They've been using him as a tight end. Put him in the game. You got 3 different backs. They hadn't stopped Cook all night. You got Ty Johnson. You got another guy, Davis, and we run a half-ass tush push, and we didn't get the
tush push.
It wasn't. It wasn't. It was a poor short yardage game plan.
They don't push. Look at what the Eagles do. Look what the Ravens do when they put Andrews behind. You have 2 guys an inch away from the guy, and they push. That's why they call it a push. And Tony Romo, for 2 weeks, you can't stop Josh Allen. You can't stop Josh Allen. How about Tony Romo when it's 4th and 5 to 2 minutes? Oh, this is the biggest decision of the game. They'll probably go for it. You think, Tony, you think they're going to go for it?
Well, they stuffed Buffalo on the goal line. If it wasn't for James Cook with one of the most incredible fourth down efforts, reaching that ball out, it doesn't even come down to these last couple plays. They struggled in the goal line and they struggled in short yardage, and it's because of the play you're talking about.
So how many times do you want to take your head and smash it against a cement wall before you're like, you know what? This play isn't working. How many times is McDermott going to go, give me the QB sneak left? It was the same play, and it wasn't working. They could stay out here for the next 100 years. That play's not working, so why do you keep running it? And how do you not realize the tush push? How do you not get the push?
It seems like they were running it, but Josh was going left. Is that more of a product of Chris Jones?
No, they never lined up. They never lined up with two guys, huge guys. They had a tailback.
They had one, yes, yep.
And he was like five yards behind him.
One time he went over the top and fumbled the ball. Another time he drop stepped and went to his left. So it was never the same classic, whatever you're calling it, tush push. I like that name, by the way, but their short yardage attack killed them tonight, and they were not ready for Steve Spagnuolo at crunch time. At final call, Spagnuolo heats you up. He did it to the 49ers in the Super Bowl. He did it to end Buffalo's day tonight, and Buffalo's got to be sick.
Yeah, well, they're out-coached. And you know what? I had the Bills. I had a ton. These teams may be able to play a million times, and you get a feeling that the Chiefs are going to out-coach the Bills 100 times, and that's what it comes down to. I feel bad for this guy, but that number 5.
Kaiir Elam.
Has he ever been on a football field before? Has that guy ever played football?
First-round pick.
We called it when he went in the game, Dave. He was a first-round pick out of Florida. He has a history of penalties. He's grabby. He's handsy. He had 2 penalties tonight. He played very soft. He gave up some easy completions. And then he dropped coverage one time. They hit a shallow cross for 25 yards. He dropped his coverage. So losing their corner, number 47, Benford, killed him. I mean, that really hurt him. And Andy Reid and Mahomes did a good job targeting Elam, and it paid off.
I have some disease. It's a stomach bug, not a disease. I'm sick to my stomach to begin with. It's like the neurovirus, I think, that everyone's getting. I'm running to the bathroom every 20 minutes. Now I want to puke because of this game. I was right there. I could have cashed out and made $600,000 at one point. I said, I'm not going to do it. Let this thing roll. I am sick to my stomach watching these Chiefs again. They make the plays, but those refs, there's no excuse not to know where the spot is, and to have 2 guys running in willy-nilly. That is unacceptable. That's my rant. Tony Romo makes me sick. He's the worst announcer I've ever heard. McDermott makes me sick. That the spot makes me sick. Dropping that pass makes me sick. Giving away 2 points because they went for 2, got stuffed. They went for 2 again, got stuffed. Kansas City gets it, makes me sick. Everything about it's sick.
How about that Worthy play that should have been a pick that was ruled a catch instantly? Hit the ground.
How about the Washington Commanders' run defense in an NFC Championship game? Let's not forget to shred that. They gave up 7 rushing touchdowns. That hasn't happened since 1940. 55 points, basic handoffs from the first play of the game. Saquon Barkley goes 65 yards in a 55-point rage fest. Unbelievable.
If I can't even describe the level of headache I have right now. I'm playing tougher than half the guy with the concussion who got knocked out. If that was me, he'd be out of the game right now. I can barely think. Aiden, what do you want, Bills fan?
What the fuck is the game plan? Please, someone tell me. We tush-push on the line over and over again when you have James Cook in the backfield. Like, why don't you just go in the pistol and hand the ball off to him? It makes no sense to me. We're throwing fades to Keon Coleman on the goal line. It works against the Seahawks, not the Chiefs. What are we doing? It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense to me. Every single year, over and over again, McDermott just gets outclassed. He was outclassed.
He was
What
outclassed.
do you do
He should
anymore?
take the bus home. But can I ask you something? Why don't they push on the tush push? Is it that hard to understand? You got to push him. That's the play. It's not just a quarterback sneak. I don't get it. How can someone say, hey, coach, we're not pushing? It's crazy. Ian.
Coach Gruden, what can fucking America do to just anything? We can't beat the Chiefs. Do you think it's rigged? It's fucking rigged. It's unbelievable. It's an unbelievable game we just witness every year, and the same thing happens. You can't do anything. You just can't do anything to beat the Chiefs, even if you have the better team. It's not like Tom Brady and the Patriots where you had simply just a better team and outclassed Belichick every year, you know? It's fucking pathetic. What do you suggest? What do you suggest, Coach? Save America!
Hey, listen, I thought this was the year for the Bills. Yep. But when you can't make the 1 yard you need to make, you don't deserve to go to the Super Bowl. You can have all these stats. That's all I saw in the pregame warm-up. 65 touchdowns, this stat, that stat. You don't make the 1 yard you need in any critical situation, you're going to get knocked out of the playoffs, and you can't rely on some official to give you a spot on the road in a playoff game. You just can't count on the officials. With Josh Allen, this has to be a slam dunk, automatic first down, and you didn't execute. You did not execute. You got the best offensive line in the league from left tackle to right tackle, a 300-pound tackle playing tight end. James Cook hasn't been stopped all night, and Josh Allen has 600 yards rushing and 12 touchdowns. And you can't make this much. The execution, the pad level, the finish, the overall scheming, whatever it is, you lost the game because third and fourth down in that, and you got to live with it. And I don't know how you live with this one. This is tough.
How many times are you going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe with the Pat Mahomes fake handoff rollout? How many times are you going to fall for that play, McDermott? You idiot. You got to get McDermott out. If they want to win a team, he can get him this far. This guy can, as long as Andy Reid and Mahomes are there, you're not going to beat them because they're too good at coach. You can't compete. Billy, what do you want?
Hey, guys. Billy here, lifelong Bills fan. Let me say one thing. How the fuck is McDermott not going to get fired after this fucking brutal performance? It's a joke. Oh,
why don't you push?
It doesn't work. Throw it out. Throw it out. I mean, holy fuck, Dave.
You know what they were doing? It was Romo and McDermott sitting in the pregame meetings, drinking their lattes, talking about how Josh Allen cannot be stopped on that play, and they're just bouncing it off each other, and they got so in their own. Well, Romo says it can't be stopped, so it can't be stopped. It got stopped, 30 times tonight? They couldn't do it, and they kept doing it. Same spot, same thing. The only thing you can do is jump over the top. Fine, at the goal line, he's lucky they got the ball back. Mike, what do you got?
Fire Sean McDermott tonight. That's it. I need him on a plane back to Afghanistan or wherever the hell he came from. Josh Allen, MVP, my ass. That is no way he cannot get 1 yard. Dalton Kincaid, bum, needs to go immediately. And this dude, Elam, cornerback, get the hell out of here. I've never seen worse footwork. Put me on the field. This is ridiculous. The Bills are absurd. Sean McDermott is a fraud. Josh Allen is a fraud. Trade the whole team. Burn the city. I don't care. Get rid of them.
I thought Allen played great outside the.
I mean, he has some great handoffs. I mean, you start the second half, you ran the ball 19 out of 21, 22 plays. I mean, it was James Cook. He was kicking ass, man. They drove the ball right down the Chiefs' throat. There was a play called duo. They double the play side. They double the backside. Hell, the ball bounces outside. Cook stiff arms the corner. He almost shoved them into the ground. We just disappear from Cook in short yardage situations. I didn't understand the rhythm of the play calling. It's the entire group of decision makers that's going to readdress these short yardage calls, and everybody's got to be accountable to it. They relied on their quarterback to do too much, I believe, in these critical situations, and it backfired.
All the callers and Dave are calling for Sean McDermott right now. Obviously, we saw the short yardage failures. James Cook, 6.54 yards a carry, 13 carries for 85 yards. How much of this do you put on the OC Joe Brady, or is Sean McDermott overruling these plays as they come in on short yardage?
Well, when you're the head coach, you got to take the bullets. You're responsible for everything. But certainly the offensive staff who's signaling the plays, calling the plays to Josh Allen has a lot of responsibility. There's going to be a lot of things that are going to be looked into, I'm sure, on the ride home to Buffalo tonight. But what a huge disappointment for the Bills.
Josh.
Yep.
Yeah. My head is pounding. Go. Josh.
Yeah, I just wanted to get on here and talk about how, McDermott should be gone. All the coordinators, they should be gone. Doesn't matter. Same shit every single year. We make it to the big game. We lose the big game. But what I really want to talk about is the fact that we had a chance on the last drive of the game with Josh Allen with the ball in his hands to drive down and go to the Super Bowl and beat the Chiefs. You had that chance. Outcoached, outclassed, outmanned. Didn't work out. It's ridiculous.
Hey, you had a chance. Right. Not only that, you had a chance with your defense. Your defense has to be accountable for this also. They gave up 32 points. They could not get off the field at the end of the game to give Josh Allen the ball back. I mean, Kansas City got 2 first downs. They got outflanked on a bootleg to Pacheco. Then they ran a pick play, and Pirine got a 15-yard gain for a first down. Their defense didn't play very well either. I think this is the first time all season that I can remember Kansas City scored over 30 points. And at times, if it wasn't for the bad handoff in the first half, I thought Kansas City was going to put this game away early. Their defense, their pass rush, Von Miller, Rousseau, against Joe Tooney's a guard playing left tackle. I mean, you got Caliendo, a backup left guard. The defense has to be accountable, giving up 32 points and couldn't get off the field in some critical situations. Everybody in that locker room had their hand in this tonight for Buffalo.
Greg.
Hey guys, how we doing? It's a frustrating time out here in the outskirts of Buffalo.
Yeah, you guys got nothing now. You just got winter.
Yeah. Oh, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. And I moved from Vegas 3 years ago here, so it's great. Dave, I'm sorry about your ticket. I know that's going to be painful for a little while, but the Kentucky Derby Syndicate can make up for that. So I'm always looking to join the syndicate. So let me know.
All right, you're just going. No one wants to hear that. Lucky, what do you got? I have the neurovirus. Lucky, what do you got?
Disgusted with the Bills' performance today. McDermott once again gets outclassed. His team didn't look prepared. I mean, how about you get a little creative once the tush push isn't working? How about you?
They're not even pushing. How about you do a little say it. Anytime somebody says tush push, I'm going to correct them and say the QB sneak wasn't working because they were not pushing. They're just QB sneaking.
And as a coach, how don't you move on? That's just disgusting. I don't understand it. I was pulling for the Bills. I'm actually a Giant fan, and watching Saquon.
Feel that bad for you. Let's go to Aiden. What do you got?
Hello. I just want to say, what do you have to keep doubting the Chiefs for? This is getting ridiculous. It's just absurd to me that you guys think Josh Allen is better than Patrick Mahomes. Just get this clown show out of here. This is getting absolutely fucking just absurd.
That's a good call. Absurd. That's a good call. I tell you, when you go to 3 straight Super Bowls, this is 7 straight AFC championship games. Pat Mahomes is not in the Pro Bowl. He had 18 different receivers this year. He brought them back to win in the fourth quarter 7 times. He's on his 4th string left tackle. They've lost Pacheco. They just met DeAndre Hopkins and Kareem Hunt right before kickoff this year. It's an incredible accomplishment by the Chiefs, and that's a good call. But I do feel the frustration coming out of the Bills tonight.
When you look at the stat line, 18 of 26, 245 yards, 1 touchdown, doesn't stand out. But he also had 11 carries, 43 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground. Guy just wins.
Can you man the calls for 5 minutes, Steve? Can you do them from there?
I cannot. Control room probably could.
I'm telling you, I got the neurovirus. I got to go to the bathroom every 15 minutes. Here we go. To keep taking calls. I'm playing hurt right now. Colton, what do you got?
Yeah,
this may be the shortest shred line ever because look up the neurovirus. I got it. Colton, what do you got?
I'll just be quick here. I'll be quick, man. It's just simple. It's not about being out coached. Josh Allen throw his whole career in the goddamn dumpster. The kid can't read a heart when you need to. It's really simple. When a quarterback blitz comes off the edge, you got to throw it hot to the opposite side of the field. More than likely, there's not going to be a defender over there, especially when they drop everybody off in the zone. It's pretty simple, Josh. Honestly, I don't get it really with this kid. I don't know why in the most critical situations he can't make the plays that matter the most. So, I don't know, man.
What do you think of that, Coach? I didn't replay that final play. Did he have another option besides what he did?
I saw 3 unblocked Chiefs. I didn't see the corners,
the
only one. There was a jailbreak. They didn't block anybody on that last play, and I said it. At the end of the game, Kansas City's defensive coordinator, write his name down, Steve Spagnuolo. He's going to heat you up, man, with guys that you can't account for. If you don't have a maximum protection or you don't know how to pick up blitzes, you're in deep shit against the Chiefs. And he did it again tonight, and I'm sure he's somewhere right now celebrating with his teammates.
Ethan, what do you got?
Oh, yeah, hello?
Yep.
Yeah, I just want to say how fucking bad that are the Bills' offensive coordinating. What is this bullshit? It's a 4th and 1. Just fucking tush push. Just tush push. Why are they doing this bullshit when they have the fucking humongous linemen in front of them? All you got to do is get 1 fucking yard to win the game, and they can't even do that. I'm so sick of this shitty team every year.
They can't QB sneak. They never got it through their heads that the QB sneak wasn't going to work.
Well, sometimes, when you break the huddle and you go up there and you see Chris Jones and Mike Pennell and both linebackers standing in the A-gap, maybe there's another play to call besides a quarterback sneak. And I think that's the big thing that's going to be questioned here tonight.
Jack, what do you got? Bills fans just lighting it up naturally. Jack, what do you got?
Hey, Dave. First time, long time, even though the show's only been existing for about maybe a month. I want to bring it out to the Bills fans. They're not giving enough passion on this phone line right now. Are you freaking kidding me? Sean McDermott, gone. Everyone else, gone. Bobby Babbitt, this defensive coordinator needs to go. I'm sick and tired of every 5 yards, everyone gets a first down. Play some defense. I mean, what are we doing? Josh Allen's doing everything he can. He's put his heart and soul on this field. I can't believe it. Bobby Babbitt needs to go. Sean needs to go. This isn't working. Fire everybody. I don't want to hear it anymore. Sean McDermott, he's 11-6 in the regular season. He's 16-2. Get rid of him. Something's not working. Something's gotta give. I'm done with this team. I'm done with Bills fans thinking we even had a chance. You better put the fucking money on the Chiefs' money line forever and always, because this team is indefinitely screwed for eternity. I'll hang up and listen. Thank you.
Yeah, good
All
call.
I can think of is if I'm a Buffalo Bill fan, I feel like I'm watching Clint Eastwood walking down the hallway. Go ahead. Make my day, because that's what Pat Mahomes does. He gets you in the playoffs, and he kicks your ass. That's the bottom line. Mahomes is like Clint Eastwood, man. He has the ability to terminate you. I mean, he made some great plays, scrambling, 3rd and 1. Unbelievable work by the Chiefs.
This defense, decimated, playing horrible. They got the stop when they needed to. They forced into a field goal. You give it to your MVP candidate. With 3:30 to go, you've moved the ball at will all game. You can't even cross midfield. Jake is going to play a couple voicemails. I have the neurovirus. I'll be right back.
Can you answer me this question? How the fuck is the tush push not fucking banned? They're going to award a fucking penalty, a touchdown? Why are we fumbling? What the fuck is going on? You go for it on 4th down 3 fucking times on your first drive, and on the 20-yard line, 4th and 2, you kick a field goal. What kind of a fucking decision is that? What kind of a fucking play call is that? How much money did the fucking Eagles pay these referees every 5 fucking seconds? There was some horseshit call. I cannot believe this miracle season is going to end on some push referee bullshit. This game is a joke. The NFL needs to get involved. I hate this fucking league. This is a joke for Philadelphia.
You can say what you want in Washington about not stopping the tush push. I'm so tired of talking about the tush push. I want to have the neurovirus and throw up. I hate the play. I was disgusted. Washington jumped off sides 4 straight times. I couldn't take it. But they couldn't stop any runs. It started with the first run of the game, Saquon Barkley for 60 yards. It was embarrassing. You give up 7 rushing touchdowns in an NFC championship game. It was a lot more than a tush push today in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I mean, they lost by 1,000,000 points. This was that series itself was very annoying. I would like to, as just a fan of the game, see that player move. It's awful football. And the fact that we had to watch almost 5 real minutes of time with those snaps, I was in the end rooting for the ref to just award them a touchdown because it was so pitiful and awful to watch. Take it out of the game. I hate it. Yeah.
There's no problem with the tush push. The problem is that we live in a beta of America. Whenever Condoleezza Rice got interviewed by the Browns or whoever they said they were interviewing for the general manager position, everybody decided to be a bunch of liberal wussies. The tush push just shows you that a bunch of grown men know how to play this football game the right way. You progress the ball forward. If you can't stop it, you need to nut up or shut up. Back in the Roman Coliseum, if you were the one killing everybody, slaying and taking their heads off, you know what they did? Let's find somebody and put him out there and see if we can defeat him. If not, he's just going to keep slaughtering you. So you know what? Keep the tush push in the game. Nothing's wrong with it. Grow up. Learn to play football. Learn to play it better. Stop whining. Stop being a bunch of little liberal bitches. I'm so sick of hearing it. Jalen Hurts and the Birds just shoved it right up their ass. I don't care if I see it 50 times in the Super Bowl. I hope they run the tush push every single play. Every single play. 2.5 to 3.2 yards. First down, first down, first down, first down, first down. Don't give a shit. I'm so sick of this fucking pussy-ass nation and everything being a bunch of liberal, woke-minded bitches.
He's pro or anti?
He wants all tush pushes. He wants the whole game to be a tush push.
The Eagles could tush push down the field and score a touchdown every single drive, you know. They gain 3 to 4 yards on the tush push. I don't care what that guy says. The tush push, you always ban plays that aren't good for the game. That play is not good for the game. It's stupid. It's boring. It's the Eagles basically have to get 8 yards. The Ravens 8 yards. Now people are going to say, well, the Bills couldn't do it. I don't want to say it again. The Bills weren't doing it. The Bills, I don't know why, they weren't doing that play.
They were doing a poor version of a quarterback sneak, Dave.
That's really wasn't.
That's what it was. And they trusted Josh Allen. That's their money man in short yardage. The funny thing is, since Mahomes got hurt a year ago on a quarterback sneak, he hasn't had a quarterback sneak all year. The Chiefs do a different way. They do it the old school conventional way. They'll run power off tackle plays. They'll run bootlegs with Mahomes. But you don't see any quarterback sneaks, let alone a tush push. We're spending this whole show on the tush push.
Can I ask you a crazy question? You were a great coach. Seeing what was going on, do you think maybe if Josh Allen faked that and bootleg to the right?
You're a Patriot guy. Nobody saw the Patriots play more than you, Dave. And Tom Brady was a great quarterback sneaker. But he ran the quarterback sneak against a premier look, a look that he felt he could make the first down. If he didn't think he could make it, he said, alert, alert, alert. And they would run a wide handoff with LeGarrette Blount or a wide handoff with somebody else. But they always had the quarterback sneak on an alert with another play. If everybody was packed in there to stop the play, I was shocked that Buffalo didn't have the companion play ready to go. I think they just relied on the huge monster quarterback to get it done somehow, some way, and it didn't work.
And I know this. I know this much about football. When you're here and your first step is this way, you're not doing so good. And that's what he was doing. He's taking the ball and he's going this way, and then he turns up. He's not even putting his weight. There was no pushing. There was no tushing. The whole thing sucked. I don't know where we're at. I wouldn't wish, by the way, let me tell you this. For any of these people out here, I wouldn't wish losing $1 million, the chance to win $5.5 million while simultaneously having the neurovirus on my worst enemy. On my worst enemy.
Dave Tough.
Still all Bills fans. John.
Yeah, I need to talk to John Gruden here. This is fucking bullshit. I got this guy calling head coaches are the ones taking bullets, huh? You got 3rd and 9 as a defensive unit, minute and a half left. At that point, I don't know, they had one timeout, they had no timeouts left. At that point, it didn't fucking matter. And you're letting the guy pass? You're running man-to-man, you're getting a pick play on you with trips left? I mean, come on. You got to get those guys moving over. Somebody switch. Somebody fade right. Somebody's got to get over to that guy. He's wide open. Your linebacker's not making that play for Buffalo.
Well, you could see the smile on Pat Mahomes' face. That was an audible. Yeah. He knew it was man-to-man. All 3 of his receivers on the left ran shallow crosses. It was a triple pick play, and Pirine snuck out, and the linebacker got picked off. You're right. They got picked big time, and it got them good.
I'm just saying, in general, why are you running man-to-man? How do you do that as a DC in that situation? If your DC does that, or you're not canning him next morning.
Well, they're probably trying to get some heat on the quarterback, bring 5 guys perhaps, and knock him out of field goal position, or force the Chiefs to kick a field goal and get Allen the ball back at the 45-yard line. But it was well executed by Kansas City. That is the perfect play call for that coverage, and you got to credit Andy Reid and for Mahomes for recognizing it.
I mean, let's be honest. The Bills' defense.
Mahomes every year, they do it again and again and again. But I'm just
the Bills' defense looked like a trash bag.
I agree. The Bills' defense is dog shit. How do you do that? You're a DC. You go in there. You know what's coming. You know they're not just going to dive onto the hash their kicker wants. They're going to win the fucking football game. Well, you let them do exactly that. How are you doing that?
They played a lot of man-to-man in this game. They did a good job, you got to admit, shutting down Kelsey. Kelsey had over 75 yards receiving 14 straight playoff games. I mean, they did a nice job taking away Kelsey. They must have had
13 guys on him because Xavier Worthy didn't have anybody within 30 yards of him.
Well, they made somebody else beat him.
Yeah, and beat him they did. Mark.
Yeah, Coach, I got a few points. I don't want to repeat anything the other caller said, but to me, the Bills were just completely unprepared. I mean, just from the beginning, first drive, right? They have 2 penalties on 70 for not declaring eligibility. That's just unexcusable. I mean, they're rushing every offensive snap to delay a game because they're getting the line, and Josh is making all these adjustments. And I get it. That's Magnolia for you. Credit to him. But he's no Peyton Manning, and he's not commanding the offense like he needs to be. Dave talked about can't touch push. Another caller talked about the goal line fade call. Mahomes walked all over the defense, right? Not even anything crazy, just walking in for touchdowns. They rarely could pick up the blitz. They kept James Cook on sidelines for key plays, including after when the other guy fumbled. And then they didn't. How you were just talking about the Eagles game with the hard counts there. The Bills did not do one single hard count until the first play out coming out of the fourth quarter, when that was completely obvious. What are they doing? That's basic stuff, right?
Well, you make a lot of good points. All I can say is Kansas City is very multiple on defense. I said it in the breakdown that I did prior to this game. They have more looks on defense, more volume of blitzes than most teams I've seen in the league. And when you combine that with the crowd noise, it is very hard to communicate. And they had some protection breakdowns, but at the end of the day, they still have plenty of opportunities to win this game with a superstar quarterback with his hands on the ball. And again, it's coming down to short yardage, Dave. It's coming down to 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1 and inches situations, and they did not have a plan to get it done.
This whole game to me reminded me of the saying, work smarter, not harder. You see the Bills, I think the rosters are pretty evenly matched, but Andy Reid just completely outclassing the whole Buffalo organization. They keep running the same play, whereas, the Bills the Chiefs need a first down. They run the plays, the Pirine play to win the game, the Pacheco play on the rollout. Like, anytime they needed it,
honestly, it just, the way they're running the football, if you keep running the football and you fake that handoff and just naked boot, there is no way that play is being stopped. None. The Chiefs do it with Mahomes.
Yep.
All right, take one more call, and then I'm going to get neurovirus out of here. Matt, what do you got?
What's up, man? How are you? Struggling.
You answer
with
your
a
own
football
question.
team, with any kind of
Matt
with any
answered
kind
his
of-
own question.
With any kind.
Matt said, "Hey, how
any
you
kind
guys
of-
doing? I'm struggling."
Yeah, right, dude. Yeah, it's just like this, right? Like, kind of going through a bunch of shit, right? Personal life, work life, all that, right? And, I'm kind of just at the point where I need my team, man. I need my team to be there for me. The amount of fucking times I have been there for fucking them. And I know they're there for me on paper. I know they're there for me on TV. But what I mean is I need them to win a fucking championship for me to feel good. And how many times do me, my friends, all these group chats I'm in with my boys, right? How many fucking years do we have to go before we do this? I sent them all a text. I'm done. Put my shit in a fucking bag and give it to Goodwill. Because I can invest my time in some other shit that is going to make me feel better about myself and my life. I'm kidding, probably. Not going to happen. But it makes me fucking feel that way.
Would you
know what I
rather,
mean?
let me ask you, Matt, would you rather be the doormat where you guys weren't really competing, or would you rather be right now where you guys are, which basically you can set your watch to getting your heart and your guts ripped out on a national scene? Like, what is worse? Being this close?
Doormat. No, give me the fucking doormat.
No.
Yeah, I think it's
Swear to
true.
God, give me the
That's like,
doormat. Wait, Dave, I was 9 years old, man. I was 9 years old sitting on the back of my couch at 249 Hampton Way in Penfield, New York. And it was however many fucking seconds left, right? And my whole family's sitting around, Super Bowl 25, Scott's going up to kick, sitting on the back of my couch. Everyone turns away. I watched that. 9 years old, I watched that. Wide right. I just start crying. The whole family turns around and they look at me. They console me. They knew. And here I am, fucking, all right, 43 years old. Do the math. 34 years ago or 34 years from then. The same fucking bullshit. I'm just done. And I love this fucking team. I love them. But how many more times can I be, how many more fucking times? And just to put it on one other thing, how many years we've been in the playoffs with Sean McDermott? And I love the guy. I love the guy, what he's done for our organization, what he's done for our community, what he's done for me, just in terms of growth to try to be a better fucking person. I love him. But 7 years, are we 7 years in the playoffs? At some point, you have to say it's not fucking working. And you might not like it, but it's a fact. And what's my better opportunity? I don't know. I really don't know. But to continue to go down this path year after year, and I'm going to tell you right now in Western New York, and just from what the national media has said, they said this was our fucking year. Everyone was saying it makes sense. This is it. You know what? But a fan like me stays guarded and is like, but what if? And here we are with that fucking what if. So, it's the definition of insanity is to continue to do the same thing over and over again and expect different results. It's not fucking working.
That's the great thing about the NFL, though, Dave. There's 31 teams at the end of the year that feel like dog shit. 31. And Buffalo feels horrible today. But
yeah,
let me tell you, I'm like an owl. Who are you going to get if you don't like McDermott? He's a hell of a coach. Let me tell you, they've done an unbelievable job with this football team. And they were on the brink of getting it done in Arrowhead today and eliminating the two-time back-to-back world champions. We're going to go back to short yardage. And I'm going to say this, in these critical games, there's going to be 2 or 3 plays that determine the outcome of the games. You could say this or say that. There was 2 or 3 short yardage opportunities in this game that backfired. Credit to Kansas City. Buffalo probably should have had a different play selection ready to roll.
But you can look at this stat and you can twist this stat, and stats are like assholes. Everyone has it. These teams have in the last 8 games they've played, they're now 4-4. They're now 4-4. You know what the Bills have won? 4-0 in the regular season. You know what the Bills are in the postseason? 0-4. That's not a coincidence. And when you have 2 teams that are this closely aligned, I honestly believe the Bills have one of two things options. You hope Andy Reid retires, or you have to get rid of your coach because you can't beat them. For whatever reason, how many times do you, like he said, you go back to the well? They make the plays, they make the coaching, you're right there, and you find a way to lose every single time. It's not an accident the Chiefs are going for their third straight Super Bowl. Wasn't an accident the Patriots would win. They make the plays when you have to. The Bills don't.
Real quick history lesson. 22 years ago today, this guy bringing home a Super Bowl trophy in his first year with the Bucs. And there was a great quote that I actually think pertains to Sean McDermott when they're talking about Tony Dungy, who assembled the team, the original team that this guy obviously did a nice makeover to get to the dance. Some guys can build the piano. Some guys can play the piano. I think Sean McDermott might be a guy that can just build the piano. I don't know if he can play it.
That's a Gruden quote?
No, somebody said it about him.
I like that quote. That's a good quote.
Yeah.
The crazy thing about this, and I'll leave it at this, I honestly believe if somebody just tapped McDermott or their offensive coordinator, was it Brady? If they just tapped and said, Joe Brady, the tush push is supposed to have two huge guys right behind the quarterback. They're going to the Super Bowl. I cannot believe that nobody told them that is what the tush push is. How much film they've watched. I think they just relied on Josh Allen being a superior athlete. And yeah, you can do it against crap teams, but you're not doing it right. You haven't been doing it right the whole season. And it's shocking to me. I haven't watched the Bills enough to realize they weren't doing the tush push correctly. Shocking.
And what I love about the Chiefs is they can play left-handed. It's no different than the Patriots when they had their dynasty. The Patriots and the Chiefs have similar dynasties now. They're perennial Super Bowl participants and champions. They can play left-handed. You take away Kelsey, we'll beat you this way. You double-team Chris Jones, we're going to blitz the corner off the edge. They can do things because of their multiplicity, incredible continuity, Dave. This Army has been together. I don't know how they don't lose. Dave Tobe's special teams made some big plays today in the return game. Unbelievable job by Andy Heck, the offensive line coach, moving a Pro Bowl guard to left tackle to block Greg Rousseau. Are you shitting me? And then you talk about Kareem Hunt, Pacheco. Then it's Juju Schuster-Smith. He didn't even catch a pass last week. They can play left-handed better than anybody in the league. And it's just like Tiger Woods when he was in his glory day. He would make 3 or 4 shots that you would just go, how in the hell did he do that? I'm in awe of Mahomes in crunch time, critical moments. They just have won 17 straight one-score games. 17 straight. Nobody in the history of football has done that, and you got to tip your hat to greatness when you see it.
Crazy. All right, I'm going to go back to the toilet since I got the neurovirus. Thank you for doing this
well,
Red
bro.
Line. Yeah, it's brutal.
Yeah. All right.
See you guys. Thanks.